Our primary goal for this project on building a circular economy in plastics in southern Spain was to demonstrate that plastic used in agriculture can be recycled and reused to create new products for the farming industry. To begin with, we combined our knowledge of the area with our local contacts to document multiple illegal agri-plastic dumping sites close to coastal areas. Next, we took the coordinates of each site to use in a pilot test with the help of a UK tech company. We then inputted these coordinates into an algorithm to determine whether they could detect accumulations of abandoned plastics using satellite imagery. These accumulations of abandoned plastics are often illegally burned, as these recently taken images show. We organised the collection and removal of 10.5 tonnes of abandoned agri-plastics near coastal areas, some of which had found their way to the beach. Agri-plastics also damaged the marine environment, and we identified underwater accumulation sites. We managed to remove 3.5 tonnes of agri-plastics from the seabed through complex logistics that involved several divers, light vessels, and people on land. Following this, we took all the agri-plastics collected to a local recycling centre in Murcia. Our next objective was to start a small-scale recycling workshop in our local R&D facility. To help with this, we acquired specific machinery for processing the plastic. Another goal of ours was to educate workers in the community. We achieved this by running several training sessions for young migrant workers within a collaboration agreement with the Engloba Association. This organisation actively works for the social and labour integration of unaccompanied migrant minors. We designed a seed tray prototype mould, and the trainees were then employed to produce these recycled plastic seed trays. We also successfully conducted a trial in the UK, demonstrating that local tomato plant residue from Murcia can be colonised by mycelium. We designed a mould and produced seed tray prototypes made with local tomato bio-waste and mycelium substrate to create the first ever mycelium organic seed tray made with tomato harvest residue. Farmers, nurseries, foresters, farming companies and cooperatives used our seed tray prototypes and gave us their feedback. As a follow-up to the 2019 project A Second Life for Agri-Plastics, 18 months after our first agri-plastic evaporation mitigation devices installation, we carried out several water analyses to check for possible migration of pesticides, heavy metals and pollutants. Fortunately, the results were all negative, and there was no migration from the agri-plastic hexacover to the irrigation water. This year, together with a local recycling facility, a new recyclate was found that matches the needs of the industry. This formula guarantees purity, longevity, a reliable source, and stability for the industry. This recyclate was used to create a new version of the agri-plastic floating covers and ensures a higher material standard for the circular economy. In addition, it has been certified that it contains no chemical or microbial contaminants, which is a revolutionary finding in the recycling industry. To prove the feasibility of the recyclate, Hexacover helped us to produce floating covers with the new material using their patented design. Furthermore, we completed water evaporation tests over 2 months, resulting in an improved rate of more than 90% water evaporation reduction. In addition, 6 sets of water analyses were conducted over 2 months, which resulted in more than 90% reduction of algal growth and other organics.
Hemos tenido diferentes ventajas en nuestra balsa. No tenemos algas, tampoco hay evaporación de agua y no tenemos que limpiar filtros.
Since the question of the agri-plastic lifespan has been raised, we initiated a 5,000 hours accelerated longevity test on the recycled material at the CTEC Technological Centre to determine its useful life. We also needed to collect valuable information that would help guide the future implementation of existing sustainable technologies and communicate alternative methods and best practices amongst growers. We achieve this by designing and carrying out the region's most complete and comprehensive stakeholder survey. After completing the survey, we organised an unprecedented roundtable event in the region with the participation of farmers and various stakeholders, including farming companies, co-ops, city council representatives and suppliers. We presented our findings to them and listened to their opinions, concerns and needs. We recently hosted a webinar for the Environmental Investigation Agency in the UK with expert speakers from the FAO to explore agri-plastic pollution in the grocery supply chain. This project really pushes forward the viability of agri-plastics circularity in the region. Even if a small percentage of plastics could be reused back into agriculture, it would save virgin plastic use, reduce pollution, and create a more sustainable industry for the benefit of all.